Moving right along, we have some other news. Close to my hometown, Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia, there's a snowstorm nightmare. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. Listen, I said, Lord, forgive me because I'm complaining about here in Honolulu, Hawaii, 72 degrees and raining. Meanwhile, in my hometown of Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia, they have a foot of snow. Listen, and not only do they have a foot of snow, but people are trapped in their cars on the highway. Do we have a clip of that? What people are experiencing?
Drivers stuck on I-95 in Virginia because of yesterday's winter storm. The ABC affiliate in Washington is reporting that many of them were forced to spend the night in their cars. And that is just some of the aftermath of a storm that dumped up to a foot or more of snow in areas to our south. In Washington, D.C., the storm forced the closure of government offices and schools, and more than 500,000 people in the D.C. area lost power. President Biden was briefly stuck on Air Force One as stair lifts struggled to get through the snow. The president then had to take a motorcade to the White House since his chopper was grounded. And this is what it looked like along the Jersey Shore, which saw its biggest snowfall in 4 years, more than a foot in some places. Ahead of the storm, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy declared a state of emergency for multiple counties.
Right, we just made it here physically on I-95 South. We are in Triangle, Virginia, where the line of vehicles, you still see no end in sight. It is going back for miles. There's already a backup happening. They're directing them to Route 1, which for those who are familiar in this area is one way to get south. They're either telling people to go down south to Route 1 or go back to a different route all the way to take north of I-95. The problem is it's already jam-packed. I heard from one driver who tried to take Route 1 a few moments ago. He says it's already gridlocked as well. It has been a nightmare for drivers. Many of them I spoke to have been sitting in traffic for at least 24 hours. Just moments ago, I spoke to someone. He's been here for 24 hours. They're even traveling as far as down to Florida. We stayed in this community overnight. Many of them were forced to already exit last night to find food, drinks, gas, even a place to stay. And with plunging temperatures, people felt desperate and frustrated if anything else could have been done to avoid a traffic disaster like this. Right now, how long have you been stuck in traffic?
Since 7:15 last night.
How did you make it through? What did you have to do? Was it cold?
I ran out of drinks. I cycled the car on and off so I wouldn't run out of gas. And me and the man in the van back there, we communicated. I let him use my charger for his cell phone. We got around, walked around, talked to different people.
What is your reaction to all of this? You know, we spoke to some gentleman who understands being stuck in traffic, but he was stuck in traffic for 19 hours. Are you okay? What is your reaction?
I think it's a little ridiculous.
So basically, it was a horrendous traffic jam where people were scared straight. They were horrified. They were scared. They had no idea what to expect. And this is a perfect way to segue into the topic that I'm talking about tonight, the 8 intensity. This is great. I'm telling you, it's the 8 levels of intensity associated with fear. These people were stuck in their cars, freezing overnight, no food, no water. They ran out of gas. Like, what do you do? So it says right here that some callers, because they were calling 911, they were sobbing and scared. Psychologically, it's extremely distressing to be motionless on a highway for hours on end without knowing how much longer it will be. And that's when fear will creep in.
You are entering the Urban Suite.